I think. It's the Kent. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not Kent Beck. Don't come in here. Well, please come in here. Actually, we'd love to have you in the Martin Fowler Scrum, even if you would feel uncomfortable. It's the Martin Fowler Scrum. We've got Pat, we've got Michael, we've got Lara, and we've got Sam. I guess one thing we should just do before we do anything else is just check about the time change. We had this time change in the US, not in the UK. Lara, has there been a time change? Will there be a time change in South Africa?
No, we don't have daylight saving.
Right. So I mean, we are in that. This is this seasonal thing. Twice a year, we get the opportunity to kind of mess with our schedule. I guess. Does anybody have a strong feeling about moving it or keeping it the same?
Well, it works for me, so I don't mind moving the days, just not Tuesdays. I don't mind moving the days. It's just the time for me is the best time.
Sure. So this time for this scrum, you mean?
For this scrum, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want to move it earlier or.
At the moment, it's fine for me. We've got a time change coming up, and I can't even work out in my head. But if this time is fine for you, that's great. Is Michael and Pat? Is this good, or would you like it earlier?
This is fine with me. I just got to remember that it's an hour later for me for at least the next 2 weeks. I was not awake this morning when I pinged you about that.
Right.
So.
No worries.
Yep, Michael, this is fine.
I can do it earlier. That's fine. I just can't do it later.
Right. Michael?
Right now it works for me.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like that it's an hour later.
Cool. All right. Well, that sounds like we can, at least for the time being, for this week, we can leave it where it is, and we can move on to. I think Lara was first in. Let's do our scrum. Lara, how are things going with you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So yesterday we had our marketing meeting, which was again quite successful, and just enjoy seeing the improvements and the reports. Last night I spent some time on the Alexia boot camp. This morning I've been in the Craft Academy's weekly meeting, which we've just come out of, and I am going to tackle the story that I've picked up on MedPlus this afternoon. I don't have any blockers. The only block I do have is that I need to get my head around Erlang from the Alexia course. So
Erlang,
I just need to Erlang, yeah. So I just need to research that a bit. But that's it for me.
Great, thanks, Lara. I think Michael was in next. Michael, how are things going with you?
Good. We had the marketing meeting and then the the podcast recording yesterday. Probably going to attend the marketing meeting after this, right?
Yeah.
No blockers.
Good show. Thanks, Michael. Pat?
Yes, so yesterday I worked on a SHF story, a WIP story, work in progress, just to get feedback from Ashley and Susanna, which they did give me feedback on. On MetPlus, I guess, MetPlus and WikiEd, I had a catch-up session with Hinesh and Arun yesterday after the America Scrum. Hinesh has been away 2 weeks on vacation, so he wanted to catch up on what's going on and talk about what he should start working on next. So we touched on MetPlus as well as the WikiEd project. Both Arun and Hinesh are working in both projects, back and forth. This morning I've been working on a story that Paul put together for MetPlus, having to do with the UI redesign implementation. He's gotten some persistent test failures going on, so I've been working on that this morning. I think I've got him, knock on wood, hopefully solved, but I was hoping he'd join us on this. I've got an endorsement from Chet on his letterhead. I'll send that to you, Sam. But I need to clean up the language a bit first. So I'll do that. And that's it for me. No blockers on my side.
Good stuff. Yes. So I was also at the marketing meeting yesterday, and yeah, we had a good one. I'm just thinking, actually, the marketing meeting, we should, particularly if Marufa now can't make them, we should definitely make them like a recurring event on Agile Ventures and have it ping the Slack and just, get more people in. So that's an action item from me, just to do that. Yeah, we recorded a quick podcast. In the background, I was talking to this, there's a local group in Harrow here called Enterprise Wellness, which is kind of, this is sort of like a non-profit that supports other businesses in Harrow who are potentially collaborating with us on this NHS bid. And I think we're moving towards basically having a telephone conference with the NHS people on Wednesday for that. So organizing that has taken up a fair amount of time. I jumped into the client meeting with Chet on Met Plus after the audio podcast, and that was great to catch up with Chet. And I think we've got a movement there, haven't we, Pat, for getting it into production and having like at least him as a kind of power user on the production system as a way forward, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for your help there.
My pleasure. Great to be able to connect with that. So that was yesterday. I think that was the end of yesterday. Still trying to catch up with like admin stuff. This morning, yeah, I have had a Championer board meeting. So this is Federico has created or is in the process of creating a nonprofit in the US to kind of serve as a vehicle for different like technology as positive impact in the world ideas, and he's put together, gosh, it's multi-continent. He's got with the board, every board member is on a different continent, and we managed to have a meeting, or actually ultimately over Skype just now. So that's kind of sorted. I am preparing for the local supports client meeting, which is coming up after the, gosh, what's it called? The marketing meeting. Yes. Oh, we also had the local support kickoff meeting with, we had Sigu and Stella and Sess, all the Kenyan folks in there, and assigned stories, and that was great. So lots to sort of sort out. Blockers, just time. Just got to get on with all of it. Postponement of the Redeemify catch up would usually be done today. That seems like that's going to be pushed off to Thursday, and I will finally have a Dree catch up, and maybe they will have some news for me, but we will see. That's me. Anything else we need to sort out in the Scrum?
Not from my side.
I think I'm good. Yep.
Okay, good stuff. Well, I guess I will see some of you in the marketing meeting, and otherwise, yeah, thanks very much, everyone. Much shorter Scrum today. We had quite a lot of Binghamton students also in the second in the second Scrum yesterday, and but yes, I guess the waves have passed now of that.
Yeah. What time's the marketing meeting? Is that 20 minutes from now?
That's 20 minutes from now. Well, I guess what I will do actually right now, since is now make that like a kind of real that we had initially. So Marufa had initially specified Monday and Tuesday as good days, and she's our intern. And what happened was that she's now got a position. She wants to carry on doing the internship, but she is not necessarily available at the same time. But she had been initially nervous of the idea of like the recorded video and going out to Twitter and so on. So we had some private hangouts, and then we went to, we were still recording them. But now if she's not going to be in them, then I guess it's, we've only got, I'm just setting it up here. We've only got categories of pair programming and Scrum. So I guess it has to be a Scrum. And this is going to be AV marketing meeting. I guess Scrum will, if I make it Scrum, it will end up going onto the homepage, which will make it easier to find, I guess. Marketing strategy for Agile Ventures. And yeah, so at the moment we've got it happening at noon, haven't we? Noon, there we go. Repeats weekly, Monday, Tuesday. There we go. So now, and I can say, no, there we go. All right. Okay, so there we have the marketing meeting. So maybe see some of you there.
Right, bye.
Looks good.
All right.
Ciao.
Bye for now.
Yep.
Oh.